Hey guys, Break here, and today we're going to be talking about tier sets, in particular the cosmetic aspect of tier sets. Now, we found out a few days, or even a few weeks ago maybe, that there wouldn't be tier sets in the game anymore. So, your tier set, 2 set and 4 set bonuses in the new expansion, they're not going to be there. Mostly because of the Azeroth armor taking 3 of those slots, so it'd be a bit weird trying to fill out the tier sets. Which I think kind of makes sense. I mean, it's been weird this expansion with the legendaries and then trying to fit them around your tier set. And then maybe like a druid would take the 2 set from the old raid and the 4 set from the new raid. Or try and do that, or at least 2 set and 2 set, something like that. It was very confusing. So whilst I realised that the tier set bonuses were going away, I didn't really take into account the fact that the class-specific tier gear would be going away. As in, the class look from each raid. So for example, every paladin would have their paladin set from a raid, every druid would have the druid set from the raid. So I just presume they would be keeping with that style, just removing the actual bonuses, like the 2 set and 4 set bonuses, but still keeping with the fact that every class gets their specific cosmetic look from the raid. However, that is going away, and instead it's going to be every armor type per zone. So every cloth is going to have their own tier, every mail, every plate, every leather. So there'll only be 4 kind of cosmetic tier sets instead of at 10 or 11 or however many classes there are, I forget. Or 12. Anyway, they're completely changing this around. You know, there's only going to be 4 sets for, you know, the entire raid, which is kind of weird. 1 appearance per armor type per zone. So if you are going to be, you know, transmogging to the new set, which some people like to do, especially like the Mythic Raiders to show off the Mythic prowess. Most people like myself, who aren't very much into the Mythic raiding, we just like to transmog to whatever looks cool, so I suppose it doesn't matter. But this is a big change. You know, you're not going to get the cool Paladin set from the new raid. So at first I was a little worried, but actually thinking about it, I think it's going to be kind of cool. Now, I think back to Mr. Pandaria, where they kind of did this. I mean, they still had the class-specific stuff, but the gear was very much related to the raid. So, like the Heart of Fear had all these really bug transmogs, especially for the druids. The Throne of Thunder had all the like electric, whatever that stuff is that they use in Throne of Thunder. All of that feel to it. And hopefully they're going to take all this gear to the next level. I mean, Ian was talking about non-class set armor get full high fidelity treatment, so they're going to make awesome gear that isn't tier set, which should be cool. We've never really seen that, and again I kind of agree with their point, a 20-second take on the Priest Fantasy, because every raid tier they just try and do a new take on the class, and whilst that is cool, we have so many takes now that perhaps concentrating purely on the raid would be awesome. And like they say, it will add for even more variety across the zones, across the raid zones in particular. Because what are we having? We're having the troll raid, so a load of troll looking gear. I mean, you can kind of tell the aesthetic that that's going to give. But then we're going for like the Titan and the Ashara raid, so we could have some like watery looking gear. I don't know how it would work, kind of like a shaman stuff, but for all classes. It's just cool. It just means stuff that was originally only really for 1 class, such as the gear with like the water pouring off it, like the electricity, that was often male gear for like the shamans. Now for the Titan raid, that's going to be for everyone, so it gives everyone a chance to have that gear, and it should allow for some pretty cool transmogs to be made up. So anyway, I'm not certain how this is going to go, but I am interested. I'm glad they are mixing things up, trying something different. It's always good to try different things, guys. If it really doesn't work and everyone hates it, they'll just switch back to it. But it's true, the class art team, or just in general the art team, must spend so long, all of their time making sets for classes and recolors, because they have to do 12 specific ones. Whereas now, because they're only doing 4, they'll hopefully be able to make them 3 times cooler and actually make you want to transmog them. Because let's be honest, people have their favourite transmogs from years ago, and they rarely change to the new transmog sets from the new raid. But maybe this will encourage us to do that, which again is cool. I think it's cool wanting to transmog to the new set because it shows you're a raider. Someone will see you in Stormwind or wherever, and they'll see you with the cool new set they've never seen before, and that's because you're a Mythic Raider and you've got this set before most other people on your server, and it makes gear kind of cool again. It makes gear great again in the game. So yeah, should be interesting. Anyways, that is it for this video. I'm very interested to hear your guys' thoughts. Are you going to be sad that the class gear is going away? Do you love being a priest with your kind of white priesty robes? Or are you excited that you'll be able to transmog to, you know, a kind of more warlocky set, which perhaps you didn't have before? Anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and until next time, see ya!